Okay, everybody, let's welcome the winner of LIV Golf Andalucia, our captain of Fireballs GC, Sergio Garcia.
Gracias, gracias. Thank you.
Sergio, everything that happened out there seemed to happen really fast. I know you haven't had a moment yet, but can you try to articulate the emotions that you are feeling right now in this moment?
Yeah, it was, it was amazing. Very overwhelmed after making that putt on 18 to win, after seeing my teammates win it, as the team event. It was, it was amazing. So much hard work, so many hours put in with my wife, with my dad, with Matt, my mental coach, with everyone, with Andrew, with obviously with Neil, my new caddy. It's been it's been hard. It's been great. Don't get me wrong. It's been great, but it's been hard. Losing a couple of playoffs this year, being really close to qualifying for the British Open and trying to make it my 100th major. So just missing close, like 10 days ago. So it's been a roller coaster for sure, but I knew I was playing well. I love this place. I love these people, and so thankful to everyone for what we're able to achieve today. And I don't know, I might be wrong, but I think that if the soccer team wins tonight, it could be probably one of the biggest days in the history of Spanish sports. I would say. Alcaraz winning, us winning both individually and as a team, and then the national team winning the Euro Cup. It would be amazing to have all those four things happening the same day. It would be amazing.
It almost felt like it was written in the stars, the script, how it all played out. You end up winning the individual, the Fireballs end up winning the team, and all the support that was out there from all of the Spanish people. Can you talk a little bit about the support that you felt out there, and if that kind of helped push you through?
Yeah, I was for sure. I felt it. I feel it every time. I'm very lucky. I feel it every time wherever I go. But obviously, in my home turf, and here in Valderrama, where I've done so well, I always feel it, and that's one of the main reasons why I love playing here. Not only the difficulty and the beauty of the course, but the support that we get here, it's amazing. So I was so focused on what I was trying to achieve, not knowing if it was going to be good enough or not to get the win. But I was playing hard. I was playing really, really well, giving myself a lot of chances, and making some nice putts here and there. So obviously when I three putted the third hole, my 72nd, my 54th hole, I was still very happy about the way that everything went and how I felt throughout the day. But obviously, the other two playoffs come into mind, and you think, oh man, another second. It's a great week, but unfortunately, just a little bit short again. And then then all of a sudden you have another life, you have another chance, and then the team had another chance, and some of the finishes that they put on to be able to get into the playoff, and then obviously win the playoff. So it was just a dream come true kind of day.
I was talking to some people. Obviously, I've been by your side as some of these playoffs have happened previously, and I was telling people that you have been the most gracious person, such an incredible show of sportsmanship throughout all of it. How much sweeter is it having gone through those moments and then to take home the playoff now in Spain at Valderrama? Does it make all those other moments worth it?
Yeah, they're all worth it, Jane. They're all worth it. They're all a learning process. They're all, they're all. I don't get me wrong. Every time you get into a playoff or you're finishing second or something like that, you've had a great week. Obviously, we all want to win, and sometimes it doesn't happen, unfortunately. But they're all great weeks, and they're the weeks that you can learn a lot from, and that's what I try to do. Even though when you just finish, it stings and it hurts, and it's tough. But then when you settle down and you start thinking about it and all the great things you did throughout the week to give yourself a chance, you realize that it was a great week. So obviously, this week is even better. It was. They're all good learning experiences.
And last one for me, just about the team win. Can you talk a little bit about your colleagues on your team and what they had to pull off this week to this incredibly difficult week and very tough conditions, and what they had to do to pull through to bring that win home for you guys? Yeah,
I'm so proud of them, all of them, for the kind of players they are, for the kind of people they are. I know that obviously David had a really tough first day, and he was down, and we had a talk on Friday night, and I tried to help him as much as I can. He's just a wonderful human being, and and it was great to see him come back and play well again, and obviously Eugenio had a good solid week. Unfortunately, he didn't play as well as he would like today, but. And then Abraham, he fought hard. He always does, and it's it's great to get our first. I think it's our first win of the year after a couple of seconds. So it's nice to be able to do that and hopefully move a little closer into higher positions for the team championship in Dallas.
Is Abe officially a Spaniard now?
For sure. Even before the week was over, he was officially. We adopted him as a Spaniard. I even made him wear the Spanish colors, and we changed our outfits for this week. I wanted to do something special for this week here in Spain, wearing obviously Spanish colors on the weekend. But I thought, I can't do these to Abe the whole week, so I gave him Mexican colors on the first day with the green and white. So it was a fun week.
Great.
Sergio, where would you rank this victory in your career? The fact that it's your first on LIV, it's at Valderrama, but also ends a 5-year drought anywhere in the world, I believe. Where does this stack up in your career?
Well, I mean, obviously. Obviously, I won 2020, so I guess it's just a little bit under 4 years when I won Sanderson's Farm. But it's very important. It's obviously huge. I keep telling everyone how difficult it is to win out here. At the beginning, everyone thought that we're all retired here and there was no competition or anything like that. And it's so hard to win out here. All these guys, they practice so much, and I mean, I'm practicing more than I ever did before, and 44, because if I don't, I feel like I'm gonna get stuck behind. So it's really amazing to be able to do it in your home country, in front of my family, in front of so many friends, and on my favorite golf course. So it's obviously super nice.
You just mentioned the fact that you're 44 now, but you're practicing as hard as you ever have. I think one of the things that the fans have loved about your move over here is that you haven't stopped trying to qualify for the US Open and the Open Championship. Tell me where the hunger is for the majors and just for professional golf in general still.
I said it, excuse me, I said at the US Open that I am so thankful for LIV, and I don't want to sound like I'm bragging or anything like that. I've been very fortunate to play pretty much every single major since the British Open in '99 until 2023. I only missed the Masters because of COVID, and even though you realize that the majors are super important and it's what we love to play and stuff, when you get the chance of playing so many in a row, you start forgetting how difficult it actually is to make it into those majors. This last year and a half or so, I've realized how difficult it is, going and playing qualifiers and stuff like that. And you're playing one day, you hit 2 bad shots and you're out. So it's giving me definitely a different perspective on the majors, on how much they mean, on how much harder I'm trying when I'm playing them. And the U.S. Open was a good example of that. I was trying so hard to have a good week and play well and get in the top 10, so then I will qualify for the next year and things like that. And then obviously play the qualifier a couple like 10 days ago for the British Open and just missing out. So I know even more how hard it is and how important the majors are, and I still want to play as many as I can. And hopefully things get better and we start getting spots into coming into some of the majors. But if not, I'll just keep playing qualifiers until my body says enough is enough, I guess. All right, thanks.
Sergio, what is it about Valderrama and you and your success here? I mean, there's horses for courses, but this seemingly goes far beyond that. How do you explain that? And did you feel like it was fate, really, for you and the Fireballs to win today?
I don't know, Mike. To be totally honest, it's just there's a connection between Valderrama and myself that I can't even explain it. As difficult as this golf course is, and as tricky and sometimes feels a little bit unfair as it might be sometimes, I just seem to have something with this course that it just first of all, it's my favorite course in the world. So obviously that helps me because I see everything a little bit better than some of the guys might see it. I would love to transfer this into Augusta because I see things a little bit differently there, and I hope that going forward I can see it, I can change my mind there and kind of start to enjoy it more when I go and play the Masters, and that's what I was talking about before. So hopefully my mind is starting to realize those things and go out there and enjoy it and try as hard as you can, and at the end of the day that's all you can do. So I didn't know, I mean, I obviously knew that we had a chance. I knew that this course with 4 scores to count, anything can happen because if one of the guys have a little bit of a bad day and shoots 6 over, everyone is back in the game. So I knew that if we play well, we had a chance. Obviously, I started really well, and the team started going up and up and up, and we're going to the lead or tie for the lead, and it was great to be able to have one more shot at it individually and as a team after I finished my round, because then it felt like we were gonna lose probably both by a shot, and then thankfully we didn't, and then we managed to win both players, which it doesn't happen that often, so we're very thankful for that.
And I wanted to ask you about you finished on the 3rd hole, as you mentioned.
Sorry, I'm making my answers so long. Sorry.
It's okay. It's good. It's good stuff. You finished on the 3rd hole. I don't think you were back at 18 yet when Bond finished. Is that correct? Or
no, we were actually riding on the van and we were just going by 18, and we obviously heard the crowds going crazy. So we figured that he might have missed his par putt. And then as soon as we stopped, then they said, well, actually I had John next to me and said, he was checking the scores, and he's like, oh, I think he made bogey, so you're still in this thing. So he obviously wished me luck, and it was nice to to be able to have another shot at it.
Did you feel like in the playoff that you had the more pressure, knowing you were playing in front of your home crowd and obviously everybody wanted you to win, or did Bond have more pressure given the fact that you could have won in regulation?
Yeah, I mean, obviously he had the last putt to win it. Obviously I also bogeyed the last hole, But I felt good. I feel fine. I actually told Neil on the second, I think it was on the second try, on our second play of hole. We were walking down after hitting a tee shot, and I looked at him and I said, "This is fun, isn't it?" So you know, I love those moments, and you know, to be able to have that here at Valderrama, my favorite course in my home country, and you know, after seeing my teammates win it, it was you know, I felt good. Obviously, you do feel some pressure, but I felt good about it.
I appreciate it. Congrats.
Okay,
We have, I think, sorry.
English still.
Sergio, congratulations. And you might recall I shook your hand like last night on the way out, and I'd like to think I might have contributed a little bit to the luck
course.
today.
Anything helps.
I personally have seen you win here 3 times. Now, Mike stole the thunder for me with his questions. I would love to think that the ghost of Seve is doing something to give you wings.
Yeah, without a doubt, we always think of him, and here at Valderrama even more. I think that it's you know, he's always on our minds, and we wish that he was still here with us. And as everyone knows, he was my idol, and you know, I think of him very, very often and talk about him very often. So it's great to be able to get another one done here.
Does someone like him, the inspiration that he provides, give you the drive, the bite, and the sheer guts to say, right, I'm taking this, I'm wanting it, I will not let go?
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, that and my team, my wife, you know, the support that I get from her. I mean, I feel like she believes in me more than I believe in myself, and it's amazing to see that. Yeah, it's always great to have those memories, and some of the memories that I had with Sevi, and some of the memories I've had here in Valderrama with my family and our kids, and you know, it's just been amazing. So I'm so thankful that I'm able to keep doing things like this here.
And very lastly, your best and your worst memory in all those years you played Valderrama?
Well, I mean, thankfully I've had a lot of great memories. I think probably my worst memories is you know, the year that I was struggling mentally with what was going on with me personally, and it was my worst tournament here at Valderrama. It probably is, I think, it's the only non-top 10 I had here in Valderrama out of 15 or 16 tries. So that's probably the worst one, but so many good ones. Obviously, my first win here with Jaime Patiño, and how much it meant to him for me to win here. This one, it means a lot with Javier Reberiego and all the support I get here. So there've been a lot of amazing moments.
Last call for English questions. English? You have one?
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
For our content.
Okay.
Sergio, quick one. On a historic day for Spain, potentially, obviously you're 3/4 of the way. Did that factor into your team talk last night when you're talking to the guys saying, look, we have a chance to make history here. Let's go out and do it. Because you guys weren't far back.
Yeah. No, I mean, obviously, I think it was in our minds. We texted each other and wished each other good luck and just kind of help each other on. We knew what was at stake, obviously, but we could only control our thing, I guess, in a way. So we couldn't control what Carlos could do against Djokovic. We can't control what the national team does against England. But you know, at least you know, we've done 3 of the 4 things so far. So you know, hopefully we'll get to celebrate again tonight.